Okay, moving on. Now we have our own author, No Time to Free Time, Christoph Nauer. And introducing Christoph, we have again Rebecca Troxel. And I think Rebecca is also making sure the slides work. Thank you,
Yep.
Rebecca, and take it away.
Sorry, everyone, it's Rebecca today, but I am really, really honored and pleased to introduce Christoph Nauer of Balance 6. I have worked with Christoph for nearly a decade now, and thanks to him, I have been fast-tracked into management. I have earned bonuses of over $20,000 due to his coaching, and my team won me a trip to Scotland after doing just 2 workshops with him. So he is excellent and amazing at what he does. And if you know someone who's really looking to skyrocket their business, you definitely need to introduce them to Christoph. And something you might not know about him is he and his wonderful hippie wife, Kate, love to go to the coast and enjoy some free time to recharge their batteries. Ladies and gentlemen, the best time management coach there is, Christoph Nauer.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, for that lovely introduction. And on the next slide, I decided to show some older pictures instead of new ones. Yes, this is my wife, still in love after all these years. I think there's a song that says that. Below our picture, you see the chapel that in Switzerland where we got married. And these are the great little kids, well, not little anymore, they're fully grown now, that are really, this is the purpose for my life, these guys, okay? These are everything I love and treasure. Next slide, please. And then we also have some furry family members. Pitty, called Hula, she is the senior citizen of the household. She joins us in the senior citizen age group. Then Finn, we adopted him almost a year ago. He's quite a talker. Now, they're not always discontent sleeping next to each other, but I figured I'll take a picture of them when they did actually sleep next to each other peacefully. Next slide, please. So if you ever wonder how to achieve your goals, there's a 7-step process, and this is some of the stuff that Brian Tracy teaches, and I got certified by him a few years ago. So this is just the 7 steps, okay? Clarity, you gotta have clarity. You have to know where you wanna go. And then it should be in writing, because if it's just in your head, it does not exist. Once you know that, you wanna have some deadlines for achieving those goals. So that whole goal setting process for SMART goals that most of you are familiar with. Once you have that, then you need to create a list of everything that you need to do to achieve these goals. Then, of course, organizing that list into a plan and taking action now, not later. I don't have time. Well, if you don't make time, then nothing is going to change. So do something every day towards those goals. Next slide, please. Now, of course, then you have to worry about what on earth should I work on? You know, that whole prioritizing process. There's many different ways that you can prioritize, a lot of different options out there. There's the 80-20 rule that most of you are familiar with. There's other processes. This one here is the one that Brian Tracy teaches, very simple. Once you have a list of everything that you have to do, start at the bottom. What can I eliminate? And most of the time, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can eliminate. Then what can you delegate? And then once you have that, then your list should be much, much shorter, okay? What are your 8 tasks? The ones that you have to do, you know, eat that frog, not a culinary dish, okay? But it's most important, most challenging task. Do that first before you even dabble into another tasks, like the B task. They'll be okay, but they don't have the importance of an 8 task. So a really great part of what I do with my clients is exactly to help them prioritize. So they work on the right things and don't waste time on things that they shouldn't be doing. Next slide, please. So what's next? Once you have all that planned, you know, then you use the tasks the way that I just described to prioritize. Then you have to assign a time to each task. And guess what? Murphy's Law says it always takes longer. Develop a weekly and daily routine. Have a routine when you start in the morning. Don't hit the snooze button 25 times and then roll out of bed and rush and start, have a morning routine where you have some time for yourself, half hour, an hour, where you get ready for the day so that you can be in play at a 10. You've heard me say this a gazillion times. Have a schedule for every day of the week and follow your schedule. Next slide, please. So what do my clients want? You may want to know. Well, here's a list of what they want. And these are I took those from my introductory sessions where I keep track of what they say that they would like to have. And so I just put the list together here. They want to be better organized. They don't want to miss appointments or be late for appointments. That happens quite often. When an appointment is at 5 o'clock, you should be on the call at 4:59. Not juggling too many things. Have more time for exercise, for lose weight. And if they don't know how to do that, well, I know Brandon can help them with that. Be more patient with employees and the kids. Big one is less stress, because when you work too much and you're just running behind, you're on the hamster wheel, there's a lot of stress involved in that. More time, yes, for not only for themselves, but the family, friends. They will also love to have time to travel once that's possible again. Have a schedule for every day. Take time off. Not working more than 40 hours a week. I know in Europe that's quite common. They want to be more efficient. They want to have established office hours, et cetera, et cetera. So you see what they have, what they want. They want to get more done. Next slide, please. And here is a list of the challenges that they're facing. Lack of planning, disorganization, big one, procrastination, and also feeling guilty about not working. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. You feel like, oh, give yourself permission to put yourself first and do something for yourself. No, I should be. We should upon ourselves all the time. Always being last minute, being reactive instead of proactive. The whole idea of the hamster wheel, when you really run on that hamster wheel all day long, and at the end of the day, you fall off. Overwhelmed, too busy, no time, stress, chaos, anxiety. You see the list. So these are some things that my clients struggle with. So if you come across somebody in your line of work, a business owner, whatever, who struggles with some of these items, a good way to say is, hey, would you like to do something about that? I know a guy who could help you with this. Always get permission. Say, hey, would it be okay for me to make an introduction? If they say, yes, I'd love to change this. Ask them for permission to introduce me to him or her. That's better than, say, giving them my contact information, because that means they would have to actually pick up the phone and call me. Okay, next slide, please. And then you can say, because I have a relationship with this guy, he actually is offering you a free business breakthrough session. The value is whatever you want to give it, $397, but there's no cost to you because I have such a relationship with him. He has agreed to waive his fees for you for all of my referrals. So this makes it much easier to introduce, plus also puts value on this consultation that we're having, because whenever you say it's free, that means there's not much value to that. Okay, so I hope this helps. Thank you all for listening, and thank you for your time. My time is up.